Hello student, now we will discuss the next topic is digital MTI process. The digital MTI process is nothing but we are going to perform digital operation compared to a previous version of the MTI analog radar. In the previous sessions we discussed only the analog operation of the MTI radar. In the analog MTI radar we are using the concept called delay line canceller. Now let us discuss what are the advantages of the digital MTI. The very first step is compensation of the blind phases, that we will discuss in the next slide. What do you mean by the blind phases? Next is, in the analog MTI radar it is very difficult to implement more than 2 stages of the delay line canceller, but in the digital MTI radar it is easily implemented. And one more thing is, the more digital technology it is improved. Due to the new digital technology development, what happens, whatever the delay line canceller we are performing in the analog operation, the digital line canceller operation we can perform in the digital format, so that the digital values we are going to store into the memories. And one more advantage is that we are not able to change the different values of the delay. I mean, it is very difficult to change the different periods in the analog delay line canceller, but we have a flexibility in the digital MTI radar by using the programmable concept. And the digital MTI, it is more stable and reliable than the analog MTI radar. And also in the analog MTI radar there will be changes in the delay time, because due to the changes in the temperature, whenever there is change in the temperature occurs, the delay time it will changes. So we can eliminate use in the digital MTI radar here. Next is, we will discuss the blind phase. In the blind phase, here this two waveform, it indicates this is in phase waveform and this is quadrature phase waveform. In the in phase waveform, it represents the sine waveform, and the quadrature phase it represents the cos waveform. And before going to the in phase and quadrature phase, let me explain what do you mean by the blind phase. In the in phase, if I take two samples as A1 and A2 in the positive peak, and if I perform the subtraction operation, that is A2 minus A1, because both amplitude is same, I am getting 0 value here. Similarly, in the negative waveform, if I sample as a A3 and A4, and again if I perform the subtraction operation, that is A3 minus A2, due to the change in the phase I am getting some finite value here, because the finite value it indicates I am getting some Doppler frequency component of the moving target. Similarly, if I perform A4 minus A3, if I perform A4 minus A3, it becomes 0, because it is having the same amplitude component. Because of this amplitude component, this phase it becomes lost. So it indicates that blind phase. Whenever I perform the subtraction operation of the two samples having the same amplitude, I am getting loss in the phase of the component. So that concept we call that as a blind phase. But how can I recover this phase component? By using the in phase and quadrature phase. The same waveform, if I subtract A2 minus A1, I am getting 0 value. At the same instant, the A1 I can take the sample in the quadrature phase as a B1. Similarly, if I take same sample of the A2 as a B2 in the quadrature waveform, and if I perform subtraction operation B2 minus B1, I am getting some finite value because of the change in the phase component. And again, if I perform subtraction operation B3 minus B2, obviously I am getting 0 because of same amplitude component. How can I recover this phase component? In the in-phase waveform. So that in the digital MTI process, we can recover the Doppler frequency component either in the in-phase or in the quadrature phase component. That is what we are introducing the concept called in-phase as well as quadrature phase component in the digital MTI process. So this is what we call this is a in-phase and quadrature phase of the digital MTI process. And in the figure in the figure D and D, this is figure D and this is figure E. Here this is also in phase component and this is also quadrature phase component. Here what happened, I change the frequency component twice of the pulse repetition frequency. If I change the frequency component of twice and if I perform the sampling operation, I am getting 0 value. A1 becomes 0. We call this as a blind speed. Similarly, if I get the sample for the twice of the pulse repetition frequency, the A2 of sample it is 0. This is the value I am getting at the in-phase component. But how can I recover the signal of the Doppler frequency? That is from the quadrature phase. For the quadrature phase also, I am changing the frequency twice of the pulse repetition frequency. Whenever I change the twice of the pulse repetition frequency, and instead of if I sample, what happens, I am getting the sampling amplitude. Here instead of A1, I am getting sampling amplitude as a B1. Similarly, if I instead of A2, I am getting sample amplitude at the B2 in the quadrature phase component. So that I am recovering the Doppler frequency component in the quadrature phase amplifier. So this concept we implemented in the digital MTI process. Even if Doppler frequency component is deleted, I am fetching the Doppler frequency component in the quadrature phase component. If the Doppler frequency component is deleted in the quadrature phase, I am going to get the Doppler frequency component in the in-phase amplifier. So that we introduce the concept called in-phase as well as the quadrature phase in the digital MTI process. That is what we will discuss about I and Q channel. Here the output of the analog MTI radar, that is from the intermediate frequency, we are going to give to the two-phase detector. One is for in-phase and this is for quadrature phase. And here how can we change? This is sine wave of the in-phase and this is the cos wave. How? By changing the phase of the co-oscillator. After that we are performing the analog to digital converter. After that, here we are discussing the digital MTI process. So in the digital MTI process, instead of analog delay line canceller, we are using the digital delay line canceller. In order to use the digital delay line canceller, we are going to use digital memory to store the delay line canceller values. After that, we are going to perform the process operation by using the specific algorithm for the in-phase component as well as for the quadrature phase component. Finally, we are getting the magnitude of in-phase as well as the quadrature phase, that is square root of I square plus Q square, and we are going to feed to the analog to digital converter in order to display the extract component of the Doppler frequency and the A-scope oscillator. This is what about the block diagram of the MTI radar, digital MTI radar. And in this slide we will discuss what are the parameter comes into the picture for the digital MTI radar. As we seen, the improvement factor, that is the parameter where it will decide the performance of the MTI radar. Here also the improvement factor, it is discussed in the digital MTI radar. In the digital MTI radar, we need to perform analog to digital conversion. In order to perform analog to digital conversion, we are going to use a concept called quantization method. In the quantization method, that is we have to check with the noise RMS noise value. If the RMS noise value is greater than the quantization value, that noise signal it is going to add with the digital Doppler frequency component. So how can we define the improvement factor for the digital MTI radar? By using the expression called IQ is equal to 20 log of 2 raised to n minus 1 into 0.75 to the power of 1 by 2, where n is the number of bits. And in the analog MTI radar, we have a delay line canceller. But in order to achieve different values of the delay line canceller, it is very difficult in the analog delay line canceller. But here we can achieve different set of the delay line canceller. That is what we call that as a dynamic range. So dynamic range is nothing but it is a maximum signal to noise ratio that can be handled by analog to digital converter without saturation. That is given by dynamic range is equal to 2 raised to 2n minus 3 by k square, where n is the number of bits in analog to digital converter, k is the RMS noise level divided by the quantization level. And next is the Fourier transform. In the digital MTI process, we are using the concept called fast Fourier transform, because the fast Fourier transform it requires the less computational effort as well as it gives very high efficiency in the operation in the digital MTI radar. Thank you.